the last class we discussed about the components of food, the different types of nutrients, then about vitamins, etc. Today we discussed about another topic, another component of food, minerals. Another component of food, minerals. We know that we already learned the components of food are carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, then dietary fibers and water are components of food. These components of food are also called nutrients. Okay. In that we discussed minerals. Minerals is also a component of food. Mineral is also a component of food. Minerals are also a component of food. So it is called a nutrient. It is a nutrient. So small amount of minerals are needed by our body. Small amount of minerals are needed by our body for our growth. Small amount of minerals are needed by our body. Small amount of minerals are needed by our body. Okay, once again we know that minerals are also a component of food. It is also a nutrient. Then small amount of minerals are needed by our body. Okay, from where we get minerals? We get minerals from different food sources. The mineral containing sources of food are the sources of minerals. Iodine, phosphorus, iron and calcium. Iodine, then phosphorus, iron and calcium. Once again, the sources of minerals are iodine, phosphorus, iron and calcium. The sources of minerals are iodine, phosphorus, iron and calcium. These contain food items we eat, we get what? Minerals. The sources of minerals are iodine, phosphorus, iron and calcium. Then iodine contained food items. Can you give names of iodine contained foods? For example, ginger. Ginger is an example for iodine contained food. Ginger. Then another example, cheese. Cheese is also an iodine contained food. Ginger, cheese, then leafy vegetables. These are example for iodine contained minerals. Iodine contained food. Then next one is phosphorus. Phosphorus contained foods are milk. Banana, bees, etc. Milk, banana, bees, etc. are phosphorus contained sources of phosphorus contained foods. Next one, iron. Iron contained foods are, we know that iron contained foods are, which are they? Fruit items. Apple is an example for iron contained food. Apple. Then another example, iron contained food. Leafy vegetables. mineral is calcium. Another source of mineral is calcium. Calcium contained food. Calcium contained food. We get calcium contained food from by eating egg. Egg. Then milk. Then fish, etc. We eat these type of food items. We get minerals in our body. So once again, we want our minerals. Minerals is also a component of food. It is also a nutrient. These components of food are called nutrients. So then we know that our body needs vitamins for our growth. Like that, the minerals are also needed by our body. Small amount of minerals are needed by our body. Then we get the sources of minerals are, there are different sources of minerals are there. The sources of minerals are iodine, phosphorus, iron and calcium. Iodine, phosphorus, iron and calcium are the sources of minerals. Iodine, phosphorus, iron and calcium are the sources of minerals. The example for iodine contained food items are ginger, cheese, leafy vegetables. Ginger, cheese and leafy vegetables are the example for iodine contained food. Then phosphorus. The phosphorus contained food items are milk. If we drink milk every day, we get phosphorus for our body. Then if we eat every day at least one banana, we get what? Phosphorus. Like that, these also give phosphorus for our body. The next one is iron. Iron contained foods are apple. Apple is a fruit. If we eat the fruit apple, we get iron. Then another example, leafy vegetable. Leafy vegetables means the interval leaves we get what? Iron contained food. The next one is calcium. Calcium contained foods are, we know that all children drink milk every day for their growth. If we drink milk, we get calcium for our bones, teeth, for the growth of bones and teeth. Okay, so the calcium containing foods are egg, milk and fish are the calcium containing foods. Okay. Next topic is dietary fibers. Next one is dietary fibers. Next one is dietary fibers. Do you know what is dietary fibers? What is dietary fibers? Dietary fibers and water are also needed for our body. We already learned the dietary fibers and water is also needed for our body. First one is dietary fibers. The dietary fibers is also help our body to grow. Okay, the dietary fibers is also called root phase. What? Root phase. The dietary fiber is also called root phase. The dietary fiber is also called is also known as roofage. The dietary fiber is also known as roofage. The roofage are get from plant products from our food. Okay, the plant products from our food. The plant products are the sources of roofages are sources of roofage. Sources of roofage are potato, grains, pulses, vegetables and fresh fruits. We get roofage by eating potato, grains, pulses, vegetables and fresh fruits. The roofage if we eat roofage containing food, it does not give nutrient to our body, but it is an essential component for our body. Roofage. Once again, dietary fiber. Dietary fibers is also called roofage. Dietary fiber is also called roofage. The roofage are get from plant products from our food. If we eat plant products or if we include plant products, the leafy vegetables, etc., included in our meals, we get roofage for our body. The roofage does not give nutrient for our body, but it is an essential component for our body. Then it helps our body to avoid undigested food. It helps our body. It helps our body to avoid undigested food. It helps our body to avoid undigested food. Once again, dietary fiber, we know that dietary fiber is also a component of food. That dietary fibers and water are also a component of food. The dietary fiber is also called a roofage. From where we get roofage? We get roofage from plant products. If we include plant products in our meals, we get roofage for our body. If the roofages are not give nutrient to our body, the roofage does not give a nutrient to our body, but it is an essential component of our body. And also it helps our body to avoid undigested food. Okay. Next one is water. Water is also a component of food. Next one is water. Next one is water. We know that all living beings needs water for their survival. All living beings needs water for their survival. Okay, it helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. We know that the nutrient containing foods. Okay, we know that the nutrient containing foods, the vitamin containing foods, etc. We already learned. If we eat these type of foods, we get what? We get nutrients, vitamins for our body. Then we learn about minerals. Minerals also get from iron sourced food, then phosphorus sourced food, then iron containing food and calcium containing food. If we eat, we get what? We get we get minerals. Then dietary fibers contain the fiber root feeds containing foods are pulses, potato, grains, etc. But the root feeds containing food. Like that, the water also is a component of food. Water is also a component of food. The water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. The water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. If we eat nutrient containing food, what our body do? Our body containing water helps to absorb nutrients from if we eat that food. If we eat the nutrient containing food, the water present in our body help us to absorb the nutrients. The water helps us to absorb. Helps our body to absorb what? Nutrients from food. To absorb nutrients from food. Then also the water has a main function. The water also help our body to throwing out waste, some waste from our body. Water also help our body to throwing out some waste in the form of sweat and urine. Water help our body to throwing out some waste from body. Helps our body to throwing out some waste in the form of from body as urine and sweat. In the form of urine and sweat. Once again, we know that water is also a component of our food. Without water, we cannot survive. All living things cannot survive without water. The water has so many functions. It helps our body with in many ways. Then first the water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. If we eat nutrient containing food, our body containing water absorb that nutrients for our better growth. Then another function, it helps our body to throwing out some waste in the form of urine and sweat. If we know that our body eject waste. If we eat food items, the extracted waste are ejected by our body. Then if water helps our body to throwing out some waste in the form of urine and sweat. All of you understood? Water is also a component of food. Then water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. If we eat nutrient containing food, the nutrients are absorbed by water. The water present in our body. Then also it helps our body to throwing out some waste. It also helps our body to throwing out some waste. And in the form of urine and sweat. Next one is balanced diet. Next one is balanced diet. What do you mean? Do you know what is balanced diet? Diet. What is diet? What is diet? If we eat the nutrient, the correct amount of nutrient, vitamins contained food every day for your body, it is diet. What is balanced diet? Balanced diet means is a diet should also contain a good amount of raw fish and water. If we eat a balanced diet, the food it should contain right amount of raw fish and water. Such a diet is called a balanced diet. Such a diet is called a balanced diet. What do you mean by balanced diet? A diet it should contain a good amount of raw fish and it should contain a good amount of raw fish and water. Raw fish and water. Such a diet is called a balanced diet. Such a diet is called a balanced diet. What is balanced diet? What do you mean by balanced diet? A balanced diet is a diet which should contain a good amount of raw fish and water. Such a diet is called a balanced diet. Such a diet is called a balanced diet. Once again, what is balanced diet? What is balanced diet? A balanced diet is a diet which should contain a good amount of raw fish and water. It should contain a good amount of raw fish and water. It is called a balanced diet. Next topic is obesity. Next one is obesity. What is obesity? It means if we eat too much fat containing food, we suffer obesity. We suffer obesity. If we eat rich fat containing foods, we suffer obesity. If we daily eat fat rich food and without exercise, we suffer obesity. We suffer obesity. Obesity means if we eat fat rich food without exercise, we suffer what? We suffer obesity. Once again, balanced diet and obesity. Balanced diet. So for avoiding obesity, we should follow what? Balanced diet. Then what is balanced diet? Balanced diet is a diet which should contain good amount of raw fish and water. Such a diet is called a balanced diet. Balanced diet. What do you mean by obesity? Obesity means if we eat too much of fat rich food, and without exercise, we suffer obesity. The next one is deficiency diseases. Next one is deficiency disease. What is deficiency? When the body does not get necessary amount of nutrient, we say that it is deficiency. Deficiency of nutrients. What is deficiency? When the body does not get proper amount of nutrients, we say that it is deficiency. What is deficiency disease? What is deficiency disease? The disease that occur due to the lack of nutrients over a long period of time. The lack of nutrients over a long period of time. It is, we say that it is deficiency disease. It is called a deficiency disease. What is deficiency? Deficiency means when our body does not get the necessary amount of nutrients, we say that it is deficiency. What is deficiency disease? The deficiency disease means our body does not get enough amount of nutrients for a long period of time. We say that it is deficiency disease. We know that the components of carbohydrate or proteins are lack of carbohydrate or proteins in our body. We have deficiency disorder or deficiency diseases. Deficiency disorder or deficiency diseases occur. Then the lack of carbohydrate or proteins, we feel our body is lean and thin and does not have the ability to move, doesn't have the ability to move. If the deficiency of carbohydrate or protein in our body does not have the ability to move or move, our body become thin and lean. For surviving, for overcoming for the deficiency disease, what we do, we always eat a balanced diet. We continue a balanced diet for our life. We does not affect our deficiency diseases or disorder. Now all of you listen here. Here are some deficiency diseases and they are the name of the deficiency disease and symptoms. If the deficiency disease occur in the lack of vitamin or minerals, the symptoms have. Okay, all of you look here. Vitamins. Vitamin A. Lack of vitamin A, we feel the deficiency disease, loss of vision. Our vision become lost. If our body doesn't have the vitamin A, we loss of vision. We affect loss of vision. The symptoms, loss of vision symptoms, poor vision, loss of vision in darkness, sometimes complete loss of vision. Poor vision, we cannot see things around us or things in long distances, and day by day our vision completely go off. Then next one is vitamin B1. The deficiency disease is beriberi. The beriberi symptoms is 1. Weak muscles and very little energy to work. Our muscles, we know that for doing work, our muscles the muscles become strong. If we affect beriberi, our muscles become weak and very little energy to work. Then vitamin C causing deficiency disease is scurvy. The symptoms is bleeding gums. Would take longer time to heal. Bleeding gums. Our gums become bleeding. Then if we have a wound in our hand or any body parts, it will take longer time to heal. Then next one is vitamin D. The vitamin D causing deficiency disease is the rickets. The symptoms are bones become soft and bent. Our bones become, if a person affect rickets, he or she bones become soft and bent. His bone becomes soft and bent. Then calcium. Next item, calcium. Deficiency disease, bone and tooth decay. We know that in early childhood, the children's bones and tooth become decayed, and also adults also the tooth become decayed due to the lack of calcium. If the symptoms are weak bones, tooth decay, the tooth or bones are weak. So the person affected by bone and tooth decay to lack of calcium. Okay. Here in your textbook, a column is present. In that column, many diseases and its symptoms, then vitamins and minerals are given. All of you study well. Then our lesson is over. All of you read our textbook neatly.